Welcome to CMA program. We are going to have a detailed orientation about complete CMA exam structure, components of exam, way exam is conducted, your strategy, how you should prepare, and how do we deliver our CMA training. So first of all, you need to know why do we need to do CMA. Some reasons for you have chosen CMA. So what should you expect? The great reason to become a CMA. First of all, the most important. Most of you are professional accountants. You may have done your MBAs, MComs, or maybe some of you would be in accountancy career for over a few decades. So choosing CMA, of course, is to increase your earning potential. On average, in the US, those who have CMA, they get about 24% more salary than those who do not. And in the rest of the world, the average is about 21%. So yes, once you qualify as a CMA, you should expect a higher salary. And for this reason, gentlemen, ladies, you are here with FTC because it will help you gain something monetarily. Second reason why you should do CMA, improve your skills. Yes, CMA will help you enhance your skills. It will solidify your status as a professional management accountant. Third reason, you earn credibility. Earn credibility and status. Of course, you will have CMA designation after your name. Once you're qualified, this would be the addition to your name, a designation that become part of your name. Fourth reason, of course, advance your career. If you're working in mid-management level, once you're a CMA, you will and you can take a jump. There are many opportunities available, not just restrict yourself to management accountancy. You would financial analysis, you might be involved in the role for controller, cost accountant. Even you can go up to as high as CFO. Many of our students who are engaged with the CMA with us, they have reached that level. Some of them are working as CFO, some are on their way. So you will reach that level as well once you attain this professional certification. And of course, once you are CMA, you will be able to open new doors for you. So what do you need exactly to qualify the CMA? There are 4 E's. Let us discuss them briefly so you know exactly what is expected. First, education. You have to be a graduate in any discipline. Simple BA, simple BSc, or Bachelor of Education. Any graduation in any discipline is acceptable. In any discipline, whether it's a 2 years graduation like we have in Pakistan, or 3 years graduation like we have in India, or 4 years graduation. Any graduation of any duration will do. So you don't have to be worried about that. And even if you are not a graduate, but you are in the process of gaining your graduation, still you are entitled to enroll as a student member. So there are 2 exam parts, part 1 and 2. They can be written in any order, and you're required to pass both of these parts within 3 years. Within 3 years of paying your CMA entrance, right? You are given 3 years time period, and you have to pass both parts within this time, and this time starts, please remember, always remember, when you pay your CMA program entrance fee, not the membership fee that you have to pay every year. It is CMA entrance fee which is paid only once, and it is valid for 3 years, and you have to pass both your exams within this period. Then you need to have 2 years experience. This experience can be gained during your CMA certification preparation, can be gained after that, even it can be gained. You might have earned this experience earlier, but you need 2 years experience to get your CMA certificate. And finally, ethics. This is something you will study in your CMA Part 2 Section F. There's a comprehensive standard involving ethical professional practice for accountants, involving some standards, some principles that you have to follow. There are 4 principles you will follow: honesty, fairness, objectivity, and responsibility. And there are 4 standards: confidentiality, credibility, integrity, and competence. So you will discuss this in detail in your CMA Part 2 Section F. So these are 4 E's that you need to fulfill in order to qualify as a professional CMA. Then comes an important area. Your course is revised after every 5 years. Last major revision was made in 2010 when they shifted their 4-part exam to 2-part exam. First there were 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, and the 4th part was the essay type completely. But now, since 2010, there are 2 exam parts, and then they revised it on 1st January 2015. They made some minor tweaks. They added financial reporting in your syllabus. Before that, there was no financial reporting, no external financial reporting. Then it was revised on 1st January 2020. They brought in analytics, risk management in part 2 was enhanced. They added strategic management, strategic planning. And then in September, 1st September 2024, they made little changes. I would say hardly 2 or 3% change has been made, and these changes have been updated in your LMS video. So it's all completed as per the latest syllabus. So what do you expect? Your next revision of syllabus would be undertaken somewhere in 2029, or most likely December 2029, or maybe by early 2030. So for 5 years, the syllabus that you're currently studying would stay the same. So what is the current syllabus? Your part 1 consists of 6 sections: external financial reporting, A, planning budgeting section, B, section C, performance management, D, cost management, E, internal control, and this is the one that was added in 2020, technology and analytics. And it has been enhanced a bit. In your new syllabus, they have just added few things in section F. Rest of it is the same, just minor changes. Otherwise, there isn't much bigger change. Right, so these 6 sections are more or less disconnected from each other. If you join from section C or D or maybe E or F, it's perfectly fine, because consider these are 6 separate exams which have been joined into a single exam part. Like in ACCA, we have 13 papers. In CA, India and Pakistan, we have more than 20 papers, 20 exams. So in CMA, we have got just 2 exam parts in which they have just combined these different sections together. So if you are joining us from cost management, you are perfectly fine. If you join us from maybe from external financial reporting section A, you can still go around. So it's always fine. Whenever you start any new section, consider this as your starting of CMA Part 1, 2. Similarly, Part 2 also consists of 6 sections, and any of these sections can be taken on in any order. Financial statement analysis, that is your section A. This is your section B. Decision analysis, section C. Risk management, capital investment, and this is professional ethics. We were just discussing a little while ago. So these are the 6 sections that you would be doing. I have just shared 2 documents in our WhatsApp group. One is the content specification outlines, CSO 2024, and other is the learning outcome statements 2024. Please be very sure to know what these 2 documents are. Extremely important. Content specification outlines, these are foundation of your syllabus. They contain the basics of what your CMA Part 1, Part 2 is all about, right? The exam topic coverages. Learning outcome statements expands upon content specification outline. And I must say, with utmost emphasis, learning outcome statement is more than any textbook. It is more than my lectures, more than anyone else. If you follow your learning outcome statements, like as you follow some religious injunctions or some holy book, I can't emphasize more. This is the most important document. If you follow this completely, there is no reason you're going to fail the exam. You will have complete syllabus coverage. So content specification outline is the overall syllabus structure. LOS contains detailed learning outcome statements, what examiner expects from you. And you should be able to answer all these statements. You should be able to know every statement. Let me show you. So what you have basically on your content specification outline, just students should know business intelligence. It's a huge domain. What exactly and what specifically do we need to know as students of CMA? These specifically. Define big data, explain the volume, velocity, variety, veracity, and the challenges related to big data. You should be able to know this. You should be able to answer this. Describe opportunities and challenges of managing data analytics. You should be able to answer this. If you know every learning outcome statement, you know what to answer. It means you have fulfilled the objective of the specific requirement. So you are exactly following what examiner is expecting. So please follow these LOS more than you do anything. Get a printout. Most of the students who are based in Pakistan, we provide them printed stuff as well. So if you are outside, of course, take this document on your system, get the printout. Most suitably, just get it bound up in proper binding and keep it under your pillow. It should be with you all the time. And they are the guiding statements that will define your scope of learning. You know exactly what you should do, and beyond that you don't need to do anything else. So this is extremely important document. I keep on emphasizing, but students don't really care. Okay, then we have something very important. There are 3 levels of knowledge. First, you know something that you can memorize, something that you can understand. That's a level A knowledge, something very basic. Anyone can do it. Next comes level B, which includes not only level A, but also goes one step ahead. It tests your ability to apply knowledge, tests your ability to analyze, recognize patterns, discriminate between things, and be able to support a judgment. Then comes level C, knowledge level C, that you are not able to know, comprehend, apply, and analyze. You are also able to combine things together, synthesize, abilities to formulate hypotheses, apply your knowledge in a more larger frame of work. Evaluation means being able to make judgments, being able to recommend and select a course of action. This is what you are expected to do. Let me show you why. This is it. This is your CMA Part 1, external financial reporting, tested at level C, planning, budgeting. So it means you have to be at level C both in Part 1 and Part 2. So your CMA is just not knowledge, not just comprehension, not just application. It can go up to this level, that is level C, where you'll be able to synthesize, where you'll be able to select a course of action, to be able to make a judgment. So this is the level that you have to reach. For this you need to put really hard effort, good deal of effort, so as to be able to reach this level and be able to satisfy the needs of the examiner. Alright, now this is what you are required to pay to IMA. There are 3 categories available. One is the student category, in which either you are enrolled in a graduation or a master's program, even an MPhil or PhD program. These fee will be applicable to you. You pay $49 every year, one-time fee, that is CMA program entrance fee, and this is the exam fee that you pay. For both parts, the total cost comes out to be this. If you are a teacher or an academic member teaching somewhere, then this fee is applicable to you. And if you are a professional, then this is what you pay every year. This is the entrance fee and this is the exam fee. So you may select which category you fall to, and most of the time IMA offers discount, sometimes as high as 50% on these 2 fees, especially membership and entrance fee. And sometimes you also get discount on exam fee. So keep looking out, keep following the WhatsApp messages. There are frequent discounts, so this fee could be reduced substantially, sometimes as high as up to 50%. How do I sign up for CMA exam? You need to become a member, a professional member, or an academic member, or student member. First you have to pay the membership fee. Then you pay the CMA entrance fee, and this is the point. This is the point where your time starts counting. The clock starts ticking, and you have exactly 3 years to complete this program. And let me tell you something that you should remember. If you are able to pass Part 1 or Part 2, and your 3 years are over, it's not end of the world. If you request, IMA will grant you a few extended or extra attempts in order to help you pass the other parts. So try to make sure to pass these both exams within this window. But if there is some problem, there are some issues sometimes, still you will get some favor from IMA. IMA is very helpful. They will always accommodate you if you are in trouble. So once you are in CMA program, you pay the entrance fee, then you register for the exam. There are 3 exam windows. You may write exam in Jan-Feb, or in May, June, or in September, October. Other than the weekends, you can select any day of your choice, morning or afternoon, and you can write the exam. Exam is a 4 hours duration. I will explain the content later on. So then, of course, you can select any exam window of your choice, select any location of your choice, and then, of course, you can write exam at your selected location. And one important point you should always keep in mind. If you want to write exam in Jan-Feb, my recommendation is that you should get registered not later than by mid-December. If you're going to go for May-June, you should try to get registered by mid of April, maximum by April. And the reason is that most of the students would like to go for the end of the exam window. You know, September, October, you look for the last days in October, last days of June, or last days of February. So if you want to go for the last days, better to register for exam as early as possible, right? Otherwise, you may not find appointments because there are limited availabilities of seats at Prometric. Appointments are limited, so make sure you do things way in advance. Then comes the most challenging part. How do we prepare? That's why you are with FTC. We will assist you all the way through till you get through your part 1 or part 2. So if you are preparing for on self-study basis, you need to ask how familiar I am with the material. We use GLIME textbook. GLIME material is sufficient. It's about over 50 years old. So it's quite, you know, it is number 1. In review courses, it is still number 1 despite it's trying to you know, follow Becker in its content and in its structure, but still GLIME is number 1. Right? So some questions you should ask. You don't need to go for this because we will provide you all the guidance, all the things that you need to know. Now, what you need to know further is that your exam is a 4-hour exam in which 3 hours are allocated for MCQs, in which you will attempt 100 MCQs, and 1 hour is for 2 short data response questions, where you are given 2 scenarios and you are asked to answer some questions based on those scenarios. So calling it essay type is little misleading. It's like kind of a situation is given to you, a scenario is given, and you are asked questions related to those scenarios. You have to be brief to the point. Don't need to overdo things. So let us discuss kind of questions you have. In MCQs, you get 2 types of questions. One are direct questions in which you are asked to select the suitable answer. This is the most common type of questions on the CMA exam. What is the firm weighted average cost of capital? Information is given and you work your way around it. Second type of questions which are trickier. They are negative questions, and that's what troubles students. These are twisted questions, and there you get stuck. You feel problem. What kind of question are they? These are the questions that twist the whole story. Which of the following is not? We tend to forget not when you're reading the options. Not, unless, least likely, except, all except. So please be very careful when a question contains something like this. It twists the question around. These are questions called negative questions. So always be mindful that there can be these words like except, not, least, unless. It totally reverses the question. That means you need to look for the one that is not the right one, like this. Maybe these are correct, this is not. Unless, least. Then we have, this is the asset MCQs window on your exam. Let me show you how it works. Your exam window at Prometric will look something like this. There you will see the question number, total time you have remaining. This will show the progress bar. This button you will only, please be careful, this button you will only press once you are done with your test, right? Otherwise, if you press finish, you will be in trouble, right? So this slide will show which question number you are doing. Question number 1. When you do question number 1, it will turn black. I will show you, right? This is the on-screen calculator. You can press this. You will see the on-screen calculator. You can do your working on-screen. It's always advisable to take your calculator with you. But if you want to use on-screen calculator, if you just press this, a pop-up will appear on your screen. That would be the on-screen calculator. Time value table, they are relevant for CMA Part 2. I will show you. This is the question. These are the options. You can navigate in the exam by pressing back and forward, next and back. If you're doubtful about a question, you can press the flag sign. That's, you're a little doubtful about the options. This is a very important tool that can change the appearance. Let me show you how it works. Like I'm on question number 3, right? I read the question, see the option, I click. Once I'm done with the question, it will change color. If I'm little doubtful, I will press the flag sign, right? Then I've done question 4, 5, 6. I move on to question 8 and I see option B is correct. Done. You keep on moving forward. Now, there is an option that you can use this filtering tool. I want to see the unattempted. Unattempted is question number 10. You press 10th, it takes you directly on question 10. Okay. Now I want to see the unattempted question. Unattempted, that is question number 25. It takes you to question 25. Now something, it's very important. Sometimes we are reading the options and we are sure that C and D can never be the right option. They are absolutely wrong. We are doubtful about A and B. So in order to save your time, you can cross out C. This can be done by just clicking the right key on your mouse. Right key, cross out, which means these are irrelevant. I won't even look at these options. I will only go for a calculated test between A and B. So this is quite a useful tool. You press the right key of your mouse and these options will be crossed out, right? Then a very important tool here is the preferences. I can change the way the screen looks. Maybe some of you, many of you would like a black background and you see text that is in different color so as it doesn't, cause more strain on the eye. Maybe some of you, most of you have this kind of arrangement on your mobile phone. It's quite easy. It doesn't have that much brightness that affects your eye. So it's totally your choice. Maybe if you like some bright colors, you might go for this one. It's totally up to this. Quite shocking and it's painful to the eye, to many. And most suitable one is the original one, which is fine. The standard default color. This looks nice. Otherwise, it's your choice. So this is the important filtration system. You can, like, I want to make sure that I have flagged some questions on which I'm little doubtful. I hit flagged. So there are 3 questions that are flagged. Of these, I have attempted all of these, but I'm little doubtful. Press 2. So here I selected option D. I redid the calculation, and this is what I find to be the correct option. Then I go here, and then I flagged. Third. So this is the way you can navigate across different areas of your exam. Then here we have the calculator. See, on-screen calculator appears. You can do the working whatever you want to. Of course, it's little time consuming. Let's say if I want to add 2 numbers, it's little time consuming than your conventional regular calculator. So this is totally your choice. If you want to use it, fine. Otherwise, you may use your own calculator. So once you're done with it, it will progress to 100%. Now remember, you have to attempt 100 MCQs. And if you are able to do them in 2 hours 30 minutes or 2 hours 40 minutes, the time you save from MCQ section, this time would be carried over to the essay section. So you will have more time to complete your essay section. So this is highly recommended that if you do things speedily and correctly, you can save on your time and of course carry it on forward. This can only be done, remember, if you have done a lot of practice. If you've done things well, only then you will be able to do your work in less than 3 hours. Let's say when I wrote my exam, I was able to do it in 2 hours 15 minutes. And that's not that I'm an Einstein or something. It's just that I've been teaching for quite long. So I will definitely take less time than average student. So I took those 45 minutes and carried them over to my essay section. So whatever time you save here, it will be carried forward to the essay section and you have plenty of time to play around in your essay type question. So you are given 3 hours on the MCQ area and there are 100 MCQs. If you are able to do them fine in 1.5 minutes per question, that's the time you take, right? So 180 minutes, 150 spent. The time you save will be carried forward to the essay section. And your essay section looks something like this. Your essay section will have 2 essays. Those essays may have 4 questions, 5 questions, 3 questions, totally dependent upon the nature of the essay type. So the working is exactly the same. You have the question number, time remaining, you have the progress bar. Do not press this finish unless you are done. Navigation buttons, mark, preferences, of course, and this will show how much you have done on essay 1 and 2. So it works exactly in the same way. So there are some important points about MCQs that you need to remember. Let's going back to the MCQ section. My suggestion is that do not jump straight to reading this question from the beginning. It is always recommended that you read first what is required. In corporation, December 31st, year 6 balance sheet, total assets should be. So we need to look for the assets. So once you know what is required, what is the exact questions requirement, then accordingly you see the information given. You extract what is needed as per the question requirement. So do not just start reading because some question will be very long. Let me show you. Like this one. See, this is a longer question. So instead of just reading it from the beginning, you should first see what's required. Based on this information, the actual number of direct labor hours used in May. So the focus is on labor hours. So I will read the question in a way so I will get what I need. So reading the requirement will save you a lot of time. That's the first and most important. Once you read the question requirement, you read the given information, then once you're going through the options, like these are the computational one, let's say if it's theoretical one like this one, read answer choices carefully. Sometimes the examiner will use some terms, some language that is little confusing. Examiner will try to hide the correct option in words, in verbosity. So you have to be very careful while reading the option, because options will sometimes look very close. Sometimes it will look that all these 4 options are correct. Sometimes it will appear all these are incorrect. There is something that examiner is hiding. So be very careful when you're writing the exam. If you are in the state of anxiety, little panic, then you are in serious trouble. You have to control your nerves. You have to control your senses. Be confident. Remain calm and composed. That's the key. If you are calm and composed, I assure you 50% of the battle is over. This is what I have done myself to keep my composure when I wrote my professional certifications. So that's what I've learned. So I'm trying to tell you that if you remain calm and composed, relaxed, you are in a stronger position to read carefully and make full sense out of it. If you're in a state of anxiety, you will mess things up, right? So maybe, let's say if I don't know the answer, but if I'm in a relaxed frame of mind, I will make a calculated guess. Since I'm in the state of rationality, my mind is working fine. So if I go for calculated guess, in a relaxed frame of mind, there are more chances that I will get the right answer. So this is an important point. When you make an educated guess, you have to be sure that you are in a composed frame of mind. And please do not leave any question unanswered. Let's say if you are maybe having 10 minutes and there are 15 questions remaining. 10 minutes, 15 questions remaining. Go for quick shoot. Quickly read and see what you can do. Try not to miss anything. Whatever you can do in the remaining possible time. Do not skip question. Do not leave. Even if you just guess blindly, do it. Guessing blindly will help you get through the exam. Maybe if there are 15 questions that you're making just random rash guesses, at least 3 to 4 out of those will be correct. So just do not leave, because there is no negative marking. Either you get a point for the question or you don't. If you get a question wrong, no marks will be deducted. Now coming to the essay section, you are given 60 minutes on essay section, let's say. But if you're able to save 15 minutes, now you will have 75 minutes to spread over these 2 essays. So those 75 minutes means you have 37 minutes for essay 1 and 37 minutes for essay 2, rather scenario 1 and scenario 2. So if there are 5 to 7 questions in scenario 1, you can spread out, divide the time available with the number of questions. You will have fair calculation of what you should do. Like in this case, like you have 1 hour on time remaining, full time 1 hour. That means you have 30 minutes for essay 1, 30 for essay 2, scenario 1 and 2. And there are 2 questions. That means you will spend 15 minutes each question. And if scenario 2, there are 3 questions, you have 30 minutes for it. That means 10 minutes per question. And yes, it is possible to have 2 or 3, 5 questions. It is possible that you have a total of maybe 12 or 15 questions combined from scenario 1 and scenario 2. Right? So it can be in any situation you can be. So you have to make sure that you're using your time most efficiently. Okay, now, so apart from our regular classes that we conduct 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you have this very helpful resource. Please make use of this resource, because many among you have got more than 400 scores, 430, 450 using these resources only. These are the 5 versions of your CMA Part 1. The recommended one is CMA Part 1 Focused, if you are comfortable with English language. If you are from South Asia, India or Pakistan, then we recommend the CMA Part 1 Hindi. They are all pre-recorded classes which are updated for 2025. The new topics video have been added. Use any of these 2 you want to use for your revision. Like we are starting from section D, that is cost management. So that will start from unit D, unit 7, section D. You will see all these topics exactly in the same order as in the textbook. You follow the Gleim textbook which we have shared. You follow these videos. They are exactly in the same sequence, in the same order. So whatever we do in the class, please make sure to use the videos. You can select the speed of your choice. And then, of course, you can review what we have done so far. So this is the speed selector, normal speed, 2, 1.75. So this is all related to each topic. So you'll be able to reinforce your learning. What you have done in the class, you can reinforce, solidify your concepts through these videos. The questions are there, videos are there. If you still find any trouble, any question, you can directly approach our WhatsApp group or to me directly to help to get your problem resolved. So the key point here is to follow the learning outcome statements like some sort of religious injunctions. Keep them with you all the time. Keep on reading like we are doing section D. You read LOS related to section D. What SIR is doing, what the LOS is saying. Is SIR is giving complete coverage or is just throwing things away? So always follow LOS, take classes regularly, use LMS for revision, and make sure you do not put too much work pending. Do your work on daily basis, right? Whatever is left because of your busy schedule, keep it for the weekend. And it's all about commitment. If you're committed, if you're passionate about CMA, then I'm sure the time and money you have spent for CMA, it will reward you in the future. So please make sure you make use of the resources we have made available to you. Use the time available to make sure you qualify CMA in as little possible time as possible.